Nat Phillips won't give up on Liverpool dream in effort to repay Jurgen Klopp's faith. Not easy on the eye, he is not Messi, but who cares? In the air, he's a monster. He was incredible. Jurgen Klopp clearly likes Nat Phillips. Liverpool have Virgil van Dijk and fellow centre-backs Joel Matip and Joe Gomez back from long-term injury this season, and also spent about £36 million to add Ibrahima Konate to their defensive options. Yet Phillips, at 24, a late developer and oft-maligned since making his debut for the club 11 months ago, is not just still at Anfield, he has been rewarded with a new contract. And in Reds boss Klopp, the Bolton-born stopper sees a kindred spirit, the German himself having been a rather ungainly, old-school centre-back in his playing days. It is a relationship Phillips relishes, having finally been given the chance to prove himself last season as injuries piled up at Anfield. Van Dijk was joined on the sidelines by Matip and Gomez for periods. Phillips, homegrown Rhys Williams, and on loan Ozan Kabak filled in as, in the absence of some key men, the wheels came off the Holders' title defense. Phillips was initially made a scapegoat for some of the fallen Premier League champions' problems, which included a run of 7 home defeats behind closed doors and disarray at the back. But he came through that strongly. By April he was winning the club's Player of the Month award, and he had played 21 times by the end of the campaign. It is fair to say he had won over many of his critics, improving as the season went on and finding a staunch supporter, as his glowing assessment of the Liverpool monster suggests, in Klopp. Phillips will never forget the backing the former Borussia Dortmund coach gave him during a turbulent time, having also played a key role when he went on loan to Germany in 2019-20, where he made 22 character-forming appearances as Stuttgart earned promotion from the second division. The manager, for me personally, has been such a big help in every aspect he possibly could have since I got into the first team. Phillips, who is promoting the McDonald's Fun Football program, which offers free sessions for 5 to 11-year-olds nationwide, tells Metro. Years ago, when I was trying to get a loan move away from the club to get matches, Stuttgart came to fruition for me because the manager wasn't satisfied with the other options that came up, and he went out of his way to sort the situation out. He has always done his best for me. Phillips is now contracted to Anfield until the summer of 2025, giving him plenty of opportunity to work his way back into the team, who are competing on all 4 fronts for silverware this season: the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. For some time it looked like he might be on his way out of Liverpool this summer, but the recent announcement of a new deal underlines Klopp's faith in a defender who, even on his long-awaited Reds debut against West Ham, was a vocal presence organising the players around him. "It's nice to know I had a bit of time left on my deal, and the club haven't hung around in extending it, which I think is recognition for last season from them," he says. "It's a massive boost for me and a really nice feeling. It gives me extra motivation to try and get in the team and repay that faith." Criticism is something Phillips learned to live with during his early days in the spotlight on Merseyside, going from unknown to scapegoat and latterly unlikely hero. He even grabbed a first goal for the club at Burnley in May. His display against RB Leipzig and Denmark forward Josef Poulsen in February was something of a breakthrough. But it is the 0-0 draw at Newcastle last December which stands out as his watershed moment. It was not one of my best performances, and maybe I went into the game too laid back and maybe not with the levels of concentration I had in previous games, he admits. Off the back of that, you learn a lesson, so that's what came out of that game and set me up for the rest of the season really. That early criticism has left its mark. Phillips, at 24, is not a callow youth anymore and is aware of just what it takes to be a Liverpool player. When you try to pursue a career in football, scrutiny is the nature of the job, but in the Premier League it is on a different level, he adds. "I've always said, whether it's criticism or praise you're getting, you have to try and not read too much into it. I stick to what's important. You have to surround yourself with the right people." Paul Merson's Premier League predictions for Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool. Michael Owen urges Liverpool to avoid Arsenal mistake with Mohamed Salah. Liverpool hero John Barnes predicts where Arsenal will finish in Premier League. The flip side is Phillips is now well known on Merseyside, even though he is adapting to the fact he has become a public figure, saying, "It's still strange. You do forget, but I'm getting used to it. I had a little taste of it in Germany, but here it was lockdown when I made my debut. And when things started to open up, I had played 15 times and everyone recognized me. But as a Liverpool player, you're going to be exposed to that, so it's not a surprise." The Reds have played 5 games, 4 in the top flight and 1 in Europe, and go into tomorrow's league fixture at home to Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace third and joint top on points with Manchester United and Chelsea. They remain unbeaten following last Sunday's commanding 3-0 win at Leeds. Last time out at Anfield they were held 1-1 by 10-man Chelsea, a result Phillips felt was still a decent return. After the Chelsea match, some of the boys might have been disappointed because we felt we could have won, but that is a representation of the standards we set ourselves, he adds. The fixture list gets very intense now, and with the squad we've got and what we've achieved in the last few years, 2020 Premier League title and 2019 Champions League, we believe we can challenge on all fronts this year. Phillips just hopes he gets to build on that promising debut season with some more game time under his mentor, Klopp. Who cares if he's not Messi? Nat Phillips is supporting McDonald's Fun Football. Visit mcdonalds.co.uk football for free nationwide sessions for children aged 5 to 11 this autumn. Find your nearest centre, register and play more. Paul Merson's Premier League predictions for Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool. More. Michael Owen urges Liverpool to avoid Arsenal mistake with Mohamed Salah. For more stories like this, check our sport page. Follow Metro Sport for the latest news on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Metro newspaper is still available for you to pick up every weekday morning, or you can download our app for all your favorite news, features, puzzles, and the exclusive evening edition. Download the Metro newspaper app for free on App Store and Google Play.